Why the hell it get you started? Got me started. Why did they get me pissed off? Now I'm about to go NFL and kick this off. You really thought that I was this off? To let anyone in my domain, they need to be taught a serious lesson. Unless you strong as Zeus, there just ain't no use to go up against a madman. You can't win, G. I put you on ice like Richard Kuklinski. So stay away from shadows. When it gets dark, you make one bad move, they won't find your corpse. And the feds won't know where I dropped you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Major Level Entertainment. I am your boy, Big Major, host and owner of this channel. Your boy Major, man. Got a special show, an informative show. This is not a sports show, but this is definitely a show that is definitely going to help people, especially, me looking out for my people, black people in particular. But it helps everybody. But I'm focused on my people because we deal with the diseases and issues that we deal with within our body, inflammation, and other ailments that might keep us sick or keep us feeling, dis-ease. The word dis-ease, disease. You know what I'm saying? You're pretty much, your body's not at ease. It's working overtime to fight whatever infection or bacteria, viral or bacterial infection that you might have. But fasting, it clears up a whole bunch of stuff. It's literally your body's reset button. We all have one built in us. God gave it to us. When he created us, he gave us our own reset button, like a video game, our own reset button to reset our bodies, our minds, and reboost our spirits, renew our minds and spirits. And everything is in food. There's a popular saying, you don't want to live to eat, but rather eat to live. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you want to make sure that, water is life. So you want to make sure you get plenty of water. You actually need more water than food. That's why you can go longer without food than you can water. I don't think you can go 3 days without water, 2 or 3 days without water, but you can go almost 3 weeks without food, maybe even longer. But you don't have to be that extreme because there's something called, overdoing it. You don't want to overdo it and end up hurting something worse than what it was before you went in fasting or whatever. So today I'm going to talk about the power of fasting and its importance and the different types of fasts. And I'll tell you which ones work and which ones that I practice the most and it works for me and then all the benefits that I've reaped. All right. So stay with me. Y'all gonna get some gems in here. You know what I'm talking about? But before I go any further, I got to start the show off with the people that have showed up. My guy, your guy, my damn nephew, Joe, I'm talking about in the building. He said, salute, big up. Make sure you click ASAP. Hey, look, listen. You heard him. You know what I'm saying? And it's better that it's coming from Joel and not H and Davis or Lewis, because if it comes from one of those dudes, usually a threat is going to come behind that, and there ain't nothing that I can do about it. So listen to my damn nephew and go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe while you at it. It don't cost a thing and it won't hurt nobody. You understand what I'm talking about? Let's go ahead and give a shout out to my damn cousin, Goat James, a.k.a. Chris, a.k.a. let me cook this nigga right quick. And then my favorite, I'm talking about Mr. Fuck Around and Find Out, the Barbecue Baron, you know what I'm saying? The broad back of brisket. I'm talking about, these are the names that I gave him because if you fuck around, he'll cook you. You know what I'm talking about? Like brisket, like smoked brisket. You understand what I'm talking about? With a side of macaroni and cheese and yams to go with it. You know what I'm saying? No doggy bags will be taken home when you fuck around with Cuzzo. Hey, Chris, thank you for showing up, man. Always showing up and supporting Big Bro, man. Appreciate that. Joe said, what up, Chris? Chris said, Joe, salute, Brody. Joe said, just share it with a few people. Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate that, nephew. Yeah, make sure, man, they come in. Tell them to hit that button, hit that like button, subscribe button. I do a lot of shows like this. I will be doing a lot more shows like this that are not sports related, but it's definitely health related. I talk about everything over here on Major Level Entertainment. So this is your one-stop shop on YouTube, whereby you talk about every single thing that there is to talk about. If your lips can form a conversation, then we talk about it over here at Major Level Entertainment. All is welcome. I'm talking about, except haters. If you come over here hating, then you're gonna find out why you shouldn't be hating. You understand what I'm talking about? Joe says, "Man shall not live off bread alone." Hey, no truer words have been spoken. You know, I'm talking about. I forgot what scripture that is, but he's right. Man should not live off of bread alone. You know, we have to. I forgot the rest of that scripture, but I know it very well. It's one my mother used to recite all the time. You know what I'm talking about. So make sure you get the proper proteins, plant proteins, animal proteins in, because we know man shall not live off of bread alone. You know how he does this. And what you put into your body, you become what you put into your body. Remember that. You always become what you put into your body. If you fill your body with a bunch of shit, you ain't gonna be worth the shit. Or because you're gonna be shit. You know what I mean? If you're gonna feel like shit if you fill your body with shit. Let me say that again. Those are bars. Those are what we call bars, ladies and gentlemen. You will feel like shit if you fill your body with shit. But if you fill your body with life and energy, then that's what you're going to exude. So follow me. And Go James says, "Do you believe in the saying, you are what you eat?" Yes, yes, I do. I definitely believe in that. You know what I'm talking about? You want to eat pork? You're going to be a pig. You want to eat beef? You're going to be a cow. Now, I eat beef, so that must make me a cow because, you know, I'm fond of a brisket. You know what I'm talking about? If you go out there in my man cave right now in the deep freezer, I'm telling you, man, matter of fact, I got to re-up. I have about maybe 15 steaks, tomahawk steaks, and I have a couple ribeyes in there, and I got 2 briskets. And I try to make sure that in my deep freezer I keep nothing but meat out there because I have a fridge out there. I have a fridge out there, a deep freezer, and then I have my regular refrigerator in the house. So I make sure that I try to, I keep it full of meat out there, and then the rest of the stuff, regular stuff, is in the other refrigerator because I am a meat eater. According to my blood type, y'all remember I did the blood type show. Please find out, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, find out your blood type because it is very, very important. I'm so serious. It is important. What you eat can affect you, and you will know why when you find out your blood type. If you are a certain blood type and your blood type calls for you not to eat corn, do not eat corn. Your blood type calls for you not to eat pork. Do not eat pork. It will fuck with you. You don't think it'll fuck with you, but it will fuck with you and you'll wonder why. Well, that's why, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering why you're always sick, why you're always in pain, why you're always coughing, why you're always throwing up anything, any ailment you might have, why your joints are always fucked up, why you're starting to age fast. It's literally what you eat and what you drink. You're not supposed to be putting certain things in your body. Even if doctors, even if the worldview says that it's good for you to eat, there's just certain things you just shouldn't put in your body. Now, you could do it at your own peril, but I'm telling you, in order to get optimal results in your health and your appearance, hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, blood purification, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, and other organs, your brains, your eyes. In order for everything to function the way it should be functioning, you have to eat according to what your blood type calls for. I'm a meat eater, carnivorous. I'm type O positive. So do you know that there's certain vegetables I can't even eat? And we were always taught vegetables are good for you. Yes, they are to some people, but to most people, no. A carnivorous diet is the way to go. There is a reason why I still look the way that I look, y'all. There's a reason, because I don't fuck around when it comes to my health. I can't. So I'm going to be one of them niggas that if I live to be 100, I'm going to be 100, and I'm finally going to look 50 at 100. Take it from big bro, your big uncle, your big cousin. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So Joe says, the barbecue baron. That's Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't need no barbecue sauce when he grill your ass up. You know what I'm talking about? He don't want no corn on the grill. It's straight brisket and ribs. That's what it is. And barbecue baked beans if you ask for them. Chris, you gotta keep that nickname. That's hard. Hey, man. Hey, Cuzzo already know. He says, Joe, man, you already know. You already know, fam. I got 100 nicknames. He got 100 nicknames, and 60 of them came from me. You know what I'm talking about? Go James. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. So we about to go ahead and get off into it right quick. Joe says, goddamn, a deep freezer full of steaks. Yeah, man. I have to keep them. I have to keep them stacked up, man. I got to keep all my meat stacked up. But let's go ahead and get off into the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, please hit that like button, share button, and subscribe button when you can, if you can. We got 2 viewers in here. Let's make sure we get those views up real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. Okay, so when doing a fast, there are 3 things that I want you to follow. These are 3 personal things that I want you to follow whenever you're doing any of the fasts. Before I get into the 10 fasts that you could possibly do, you can even try them all at one point in your life. But I'm going to tell you the ones that I stick with, the ones that really work for me. I've done them all, but I'm going to tell you the ones that stuck with me, that work for me, and the ones that I stick with now, especially that I've gotten older. But this is 3 things that I follow. 1, the ease of it. I want you to understand that this is not easy, ladies and gentlemen. And also, if you can, I'm not saying you have to, but if you're doing anything new and it's breaking your body, anything new, whether it's a new workout regimen, new meal prep, a new diet plan, whatever the case may be, please consult with your physician. If you got a private doctor, you can consult with your physician. Like my wife's my doctor, well, she is a doctor. She's not my doctor, but she is a doctor. And everything that I do, I consult either with her or my primary doctor to make sure. But I've been doing this so long, it's like doing it with my eyes closed. So with that being said, ease. Number 1, ease, knowing that it's not easy. So the ease of doing a fast is it's going to be a challenge to you. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be challenged. It shouldn't be too challenging to practice intermittent fasting. We're going to get into what intermittent fasting is. That is the easiest fast to do, because whether you believe it or not, we actually do that anyway. Every time you go to sleep, you're intermittently fasting. So that part of fasting should be easy. It gets difficult when you start doing the other more difficult fasting. We'll get onto that in a minute. Okay, so throughout your fast, you should fairly feel at ease. You should fairly feel at ease when you're doing an intermittent fast. This does not prevent you from being hungry. Hunger will always exist. No matter how much time goes past, whatever the case may be, you may be able to quell your hunger, but you'll never be able to stop hunger. That's just the human nature. Your body, that's your body. Internally, that's your body calling out for food, something to be filled with it, whatever. Now you can use discipline to go above that if you're doing a fast or whatever the case may be. But always remember, intermittent fasting. That's fasting when you're not doing anything, like going to sleep or whatever the case may be. When you sleep, of course, you're not eating in your sleep. So you're automatically intermittently fasting. So that type of fasting is easy. Now you start getting more into, an uneasy state when you start going into the more deeper fast, and then you become a professional at it, like I've become. So do I understand that? So number 1, make sure that you understand the easiness of an intermittent fast and how much more challenging it could be as you get into the deeper fast. So that's number 1. Understand the ease and difficulty levels, depending on what fast you're going to. And but you also want to think twice. You might want to pause and think if you feel any type of discomfort at any time. I'm not talking about hunger. This goes beyond hunger. If at any time in any fast, except for intermittent fasting while you sleep, if you feel that your body is telling, because remember, you know your body more than the next person does, even more than the doctor does. If you feel any discomfort at any time, please eat something. It's so simple. If you feeling, man, I'm talking about beyond hunger. If you feeling like, damn, you know what? I'm feeling dizzy. I'm feeling queasy. You're dealing with either a blood sugar drop, blood pressure drop. You need something to get your blood sugar up a little bit. You need something to get your blood pressure up a little bit. Eat a balanced meal. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you straight up, eat a cheeseburger. It got everything on it. You know what I'm saying? It got your grease. It got your protein. It got your vegetables. You know what I'm saying? It's got the condiments, the sweetness, and the sourness of everything that your body needs. If it appeals to your taste buds, that'll help that queasy feeling go down. You know what I'm talking about? If you feeling any type of discomfort like that, feeling like you're weak or dizzy, whatever the case may be, and you think that distress signals, your body is throwing distress signals out that you can't ignore, please eat or drink something immediately. This, like I say, this is this is something that uh as you get deep into fasting, it becomes very, very difficult and challenging. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah, it takes a lot of discipline, and like I say, yeah, it takes a lot of you know a lot of time doing this to become an expert at it. I've become somewhat of a master at this because I've been fasting on and off for 30 years, close to 30 years. So I could do it. I do it every month. You know what I'm saying? I'm just starting to get back to doing it twice a month, but I'll tell you my routine later. All right. So I'm gonna give you a couple keys to okay, that was number one, ease and the challenge of fasting. But as a sidebar, I'm gonna give you a couple indicators that you need to modify your fasting. So if something is going wrong, you need to modify it. If you're having problems sleeping because due to fasting or whatever, you might want to cut back and change to another type of fasting. Okay, that's one. When you're fasting and you're not in the best mood because of your fasting, you might want to cut back and try another type of fasting, one that might not be too strenuous on your brain. Three, if your fitness level is slipping, so if you're fasting, but it's causing you to not have the energy to get up and start working out, to get some type of fitness in, walking, lifting weights, whatever the case may be. If your fasting has gotten you complacent, then you might want to switch your fasting method. If you experience weakness or fatigue or stress, you might want to change fasting, or you might want to consider not doing it so strenuously. You might want to do it once a week and not or once every couple weeks and not once a week, or you might want to do it once a month or whatever the case may be. You have to fix your body. You have to fix it to your needs. Okay. If you don't like it when your family and friends is eating in front of you, that's simple. You either change when you fast, or try not to be around people that are eating. When they're eating, try not to be around, because that will trigger a response in your brain. And the response of your brain is, I got to eat something. I got to eat. You know what I'm saying? That shit used to kill me. If I hear somebody munching on some potato chips, I'm like, damn. The first thing I start thinking in my mind, what kind of chips are they? Are they Cheetos? Are they Lay's? Are they Ruffles? What the hell? And then the next thing you know, after I got the name of the chip out, now I'm like, okay, what flavor is it? Is it Cool Ranch? Is it, you know what I'm saying, barbecue? Is it sour cream and cheddar? Or is it fucking pickle flavor? Whatever. And then once I got the flavor out, now I'm like, okay, how much did the bag cost? Is it a big bag? Is it a small bag? And once I've decided that these are the things that this dude or this girl is eating right now, I'm like, okay, now which store is close by me whereby I can go grab me a bag of those delicious, crunchy, salty chips? You know what I'm talking about? Next thing you know, I'm driving my fat ass down the street, my big back ass down the street, and I'm gonna give me a big ass bag of barbecue Lay's. And then guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I just broke my goddamn fast because one of my punk ass cousins or sisters or brother sat in front of me or was around me and went by me and started munching on the chips, knowing I was gonna fuck my mind up. Now that used to fuck me up. But now guess what? I hear somebody munching some chips, I can smell the bag. I'm like, hey, those are Cool Ranch Doritos. Then they'd be like, you want some? Nah, I'm straight. Food is disgusting to me when I'm fasting. I want y'all to get like that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life. When you get like where the level that I'm at now, it'll change your life. You'll be able to eat when you want, how you want, where you want. You'll be able to be around people who are eating what they want, when they want, how they want. You'll be able to smell anything, and it won't affect you until you're ready to eat again, until you're ready to incorporate food into your life again. I'm telling you, don't let food control you. You control it. Eat to live, don't live to eat. Straight up. Consider cutting your fast short if you exhibit any one of those things. Your well-being and comfort is valuable. There's nothing wrong. We're going to go get a goddamn cheeseburger with some curly fries. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just know that you're taking in calories. If you want to lose weight, you want to make sure that you're burning more calories than you're putting in per day. Now, somebody my size, my health specialist told me that I shouldn't be eating any more than 3,000 calories a day. Now, that's really nothing because I usually eat over 3,000 calories in one sitting, especially when I was powerlifting and lifting weights. I had to make sure that I kept, I had to pile on the calories. That's what fed my muscles. It kept me big. It kept me huge, kept me heavy and solid. But now that I'm older and I'm not active in that life anymore, not like that, then I have caloric restrictions. And it also helps me too. It helps with inflammation and all that. If I'm not too bogged down, then you can move a lot better. Okay. So that was basically number one, ease. And then I gave you all the, reasons why you should modify your fasting when you're doing it. Okay, let's go to number two, scheduling. Scheduling. We just talked about it up above. Scheduling. So schedule how long you want to fast, when you want to fast, and how you want to fast. Alternate day fasting. That might be the best thing for you, especially you can get your family in on it. Alternate day fasting means basically, let's say you fast Monday. Before I go any further, in alternate day fasting, you can actually incorporate other fasting into that because alternate day fasting is exactly what it sounds like. You're fasting different days. So let's say you fast Monday, right? But you don't fast Tuesday. You eat to your heart's content. You go to Hometown Buffet or Sizzler or whatever, you eat whatever the fuck you want to eat, right? But then Wednesday, you fast again. Then you do the same thing Thursday. You eat whatever you want to eat. And then Friday, you fast again. So you're fasting 3 days a week. And you stuff your face 2 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Within a 5-day period. Now, during those days that you're fasting, you can incorporate one of the 10 fasting methods. You can do the 16-8 fast. You could do the 18-6 fast. You could do the what they call it, 8-hour fast, or you can even do the OMAD fast, which is in other words the OMAD diet. That's 1 meal a day. That's what OMAD means. We're gonna get into the different type of fasting in a minute, but no matter what you do, make sure that you schedule whenever you're gonna fast. You know what I'm saying? Fasting generally frees up your calendar. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what, how you want to do it and when you want to do it. You can even, like I said, if you fasting once a week, you know what I'm saying? You can pick one of the 10 fasting types and you could fast once a week for a whole month. That's 4 times a month. And you can still get the results that you're looking for. You can still lose weight. You can still build muscle. You can still build brain focus and activity. You can still get rid of inflammation. You can still be on a caloric deficit. You can still cut your bad cholesterol and boost your good cholesterol. You can still replenish and repair your cells in your body that have been damaged from eating all the junk food. And you can still detox. So I'm saying, so how you do it all depends on how you schedule your fast. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to eat breakfast. To be honest with you, I'm actually against eating breakfast. Back in the day, remember they said breakfast was the most important meal of the day. That's such a crock of shit. That might have worked for when you was a kid, because when you're a kid, your metabolism going up. You got to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? But as you get older, skip breakfast. Trust me, skip breakfast. Matter of fact, should nobody be eating until after 12 p.m. Don't eat nothing in the morning. Get up, drink water, drink tea, drink some coffee if that's what you can do. I can't drink coffee anymore, but drink some tea, drink some water, drink some fruit juice. If you can juice something, drink that, and then eat a full meal sometime after 12. And then also, if you're going to go any further than that, if you're going to eat throughout that day, if you're going to eat, this is almost like the 12-16 rule. The 16-8 rule, meaning that you're not eating for 16 hours a day and then you have an 8-hour window to eat. That's called the 16-8 fasting. From 12 to 8 p.m., from 12 to 8 p.m., you should be eating whatever the fuck you want to eat, because after that, you're not eating anything again until 12 the next day. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can eat whatever you want to eat, but you're not eating anything else until 12 the next day. Now, during that time, if you don't want to just go to sleep on a full meal or whatever the case may be, I suggest you get up and walk. 5,000 steps is all you need. You don't need no more than 5,000 steps after having a big meal or whatever, or after you've eaten your last meal for the night. Get up and walk. Walk, but don't just lay down on it, because then you have to deal with digestion and all that. Your food will digest faster if you're moving, if you're in motion. So don't just eat that greasy cheeseburger. It's 8 o'clock. Oh, it may just said 7:45. 7:45, eat the big greasy cheeseburger with pastrami and chili cheese on it, and a big ass thing of steak fries and a big ass chocolate milkshake. And then I'm tired. Let me go to sleep. I got the itis. Fight the itis. Get your ass up and walk around the house a couple hundred times, or get outside and go walk around the block or something. Or if you got if you got a home gym like I do, you know what I'm saying? Get out there and work out. You know what I'm saying? Burn those calories. You know what I'm saying? And then it won't affect you. You'll be effectively full. You will have worked up enough. You will have worked out enough in order to get your body to a rested state. So now you're ready to go lay down to go to sleep, and you're ready to get up and do it all over again. And guess what? You ain't put on a pound. You actually lost weight. Slowly but surely, you actually lost weight, because every 3,500 calories you burn is a pound loss. Remember that. Every 3,500 calories you burn is a pound loss. So if you do that per day, even if let's say your caloric intake is 3,000 like mine is supposed to be. I burned 3,500 calories. I done burned a half a pound per day. I'm burning a half a pound. And I don't even have to do no super intense workout anymore. Just eating, watching what I eat, fasting intermittently every day, because we all do it in your sleep, where your cells begin to build and your metabolism is at, everything is at rest, so your body can repair itself. It's the best thing to do, and it keeps you optimal. It keeps your health optimal, keeps your energy levels optimal throughout the day for you to get things that you need to get done, whether you're at work, taking your kids around, or pushing grandmama down the street to the park. Whatever you're doing, it's going to give you that optimal amount of energy that you need in order to get through your day. All right. So scheduling is number 2. Okay. Number 3, this is the most important thing I want y'all to remember when getting into fasting. Health targets. I wrote all this shit down. Health targets. The longer regimens are probably the most beneficial ones that you have if you want to lose weight. So in other words, the more weight you want to lose, the more cell regeneration you want to experience, the longer your fast should be. The longer your fast should be. You'll eat fewer calories the shorter your feeding window is. Let me say that again. The shorter your feeding window is. I just explained to y'all, if you eat between 12 and 8 p.m., don't eat anything after that. You only have an 8-hour window. This is why I'm going to get into the best type of fasting you all should be doing, and you should do this with no problem. The 16 and 8 rule. 16 hours no eating. 8 hours eat whatever the hell you want to eat. No matter what you eat, unless you sit down and sitting at a buffet and you just polishing off thousands or hundreds of thousands of calories at once, you're going to always eat shorter calories, fewer calories, the shorter your feeding window is. Now, you can even go further than that. You could say, I'm not eating anything for 18 hours, and I'm going to focus on eating within a 6-hour period. Now, that doesn't mean you have to eat all throughout the whole 6 hours. You can have one big ass meal. You can combine fasts, and you can say, you know what, I'm going to do the OMAD fasting and the 16-8 fasting all in one. And that's simply, you don't eat for 16 hours. You have an 8-hour window to eat, and within that 8-hour window, you're doing an OMAD fast, meaning you're just going to eat one meal within that 8-hour period. Well, that one meal may just be 3,000 calories, and that's it. Guess what? You can have all the water you want. You can have all the tea you want, because, as long as you don't have any sugar in it. But if you're doing it like that, ladies and gentlemen, if looking to lose weight, if you're looking for cell regeneration, that is the best fast to do it up under. If you combine those two fasts, that is the most optimal. And those are the ones that I'll get into in a minute. My favorite fasting. So health targets is number 3. Make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're doing it to lose weight, you want a longer fasting regimen. If you're doing it for a little bit of mental clarity, you can do it for a shorter time. If you're doing it for a caloric deficit to help you to help lose weight and to help get mental focus and to help small things start repairing around your body, like cell regeneration or inflammation, a dissipation, or whatever the case may be. If you want to do it for that, then you want to go on a longer fast. The shorter fast is more for just training your body. The shorter fast are for more for training your body to go on to the longer fast, to withstand a longer fasting. So those are the three. So let's reiterate. Ease and challenge. Number one, the ease or the challenge of fasting. Understand the difference. Understand that some parts of fasting is going to be easy, some is going to be challenging. Understand that, and you'll be ready to start off. Number two, the scheduling. Make sure you schedule your fasting to your best ability. You know, fit your schedule to you. If you work long hours, if you go to school or whatever the case may be, you might want to. It's perfect to fast during those times. I'm talking about you can't even munch on no trail mix. You know what I'm saying? So pick the schedule that's right for you. That's number two. Number three, health targets. What are you fasting for? You fasting to lose weight? You fasting for cell regeneration? You fasting for something else? Is it a religious reason why you're fasting? Any reason. It should be a health reason should be at the end of that. Well, I'm fasting because I want to build my immune system. I want to build immunity. I'm fasting because I want my skin to clear up. I'm fasting because I want to detoxify my body. Any reason you want to fast, make sure that you do it. Make sure you have the right reason to do it. And those are your health targets. And that's your reason for fasting. All right. That clear enough? Okay. Now let's get into the best part of the show. Let's get off into the different types of fasting. Now, I believe that there are more than the 10 types of fasting that I know about, but these are the ones that I know about and have practiced throughout my life, ladies and gentlemen. These are the fasting methods that I know about, that I've done throughout my life. And I've written them down from ease to difficulty levels. Okay. So the number one fasting method is the 12-12 plan. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all know what 12-12 plan means. 12 hours of fasting, 12 hours of eating. So 12 hours of no eating, 12 hours of eating. Let me get into further details with that. Okay, the 12-12 plan is essentially a form of intermittent fasting. Remember, y'all, intermittent fasting means you're pretty much doing it at any time. You're doing it intermittently. You can do it at any time. It's not anything to be really planned out or anything. It's just, okay, it's 7 o'clock. I'm not eating anymore until 7 o'clock tomorrow. So that's what intermittent basically means. Okay, so the 12-12 plan is essentially a form of intermittent fasting in which you eat 12 hours out of the day and fast for the remaining 12 hours. What did I just tell y'all? Instead of eating any time you want to throughout the day. This strategy compels you to restrict your daily consumption, your daily caloric consumption inside a 12-hour window. What did I just explain to y'all? The shorter the window of time that you have to eat in, the lower your calories you'll eat, the lower your calories you'll consume. Let's go back to what I wrote. It says, okay, it compels you to restrict your daily caloric intake inside of a 12-hour window. 12 hours eating, 12 hours fasting. The 12-12 fasting method is pretty self-explanatory. On this regimen, you would eat breakfast. Let's just say you're going to eat breakfast, right? You'll eat breakfast at 8 a.m., right? After eating your last evening meal at dinner, for example, at 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. the day before, that's when you ate your last meal. You won't eat again until 8 a.m. the next day. Now, remember, what happens between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. the next day? Generally, you'll sleep, right? Now, most people go to sleep about 10, 11 o'clock. If I'm not working, my ass is in the bed no later than 11 o'clock. I'm too old to be hanging out with y'all. My ass is sleep sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know that after 8 p.m., you know, from 8 p.m. to like maybe 10 or 11, it's going to be hard because you might be like, damn, I want something to munch on. You know what I'm saying? My damn wife left a damn Randy's donut in the refrigerator. And she put that motherfucker there to see if it won't be touched. And I'm like, damn, fuck. Now, if I'm asleep, I ain't thinking about the goddamn donut. I could eat it the next day when I get up. But the objective is between 8 p.m. yesterday and 8 a.m. today, you cannot eat within that amount of time. Now, after you ate your breakfast at 8 a.m. today, you won't eat again until 8 p.m. Y'all see what I'm saying? So basically, you're really only eating 2 times a day. That's basically what a 12-12 fasting method is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's get into the benefits of that. Okay, the benefit of a 12-hour intermittent fasting, it supports mitochondrial. It supports the mitochondrial system, the mitochondrial well-being, I should say. It also includes improved brain health because you're eating healthier and consuming less calories. Your blood sugar, your lipids, and your cholesterol levels are also impacted by the 12-12 regimen. You know what I'm saying? As priorly mentioned, if this method is particularly good for those who want to fast, if you want to lose a little bit of weight, this is definitely one that you should go, that is more easygoing than other fasts might be. Because remember, you're only eating twice a day. It's a little different than a 1 meal a day, but you're only eating twice a day. So you're definitely going to lose weight due to a caloric deficit that you set for yourself. Okay. If you feel like you're able to, you can always extend it to the legendary 16-8 regimen. You can go from the 12-12 regimen to the 16-8 regimen. That's if you feel like getting into it. All right. Now, the 12-12 regimen, that was one of the first regiments I started off as. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the beginner level. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to move up to something a little bit more challenging. You know what I'm saying? Now, the pros. Let's get into the pros and cons. The pros of a 12-12 regimen is it's simple to follow. It's a good method to lose weight, slowly but surely, but you're going to lose weight. And it improves brain function faster than anything else. Remember, if you're not, for a couple hours, if you're not eating, your brain is automatically going to be like, okay, we're not eating. Something's going wrong. Let me begin the process of ketosis. It's the very, very early process of ketosis. We'll get off into what ketosis is in a minute. Okay, those are the pros of it. The cons are you'll experience hunger. Of course you will. You only ate it. You ain't ate in 12 hours. Hell yeah, you're going to want a ham and cheese sandwich and some Lay's chips on the side of that and a Dr. Pepper on the side of that. Hell yeah, you go want it. But fight it, ladies and gentlemen. You got to fight it. The other con is might not be as effective as longer fasting periods. That is true. I've tried the 12-12 method. And now I'm gonna tell you this. I'll do the 12-12 method to this day now to maintain my other fast regimens. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't start off like this. I'm too pro at this now. So that's just something for somebody to start off. So if you want to start off with the 12-12 regimen first. 12 hours no eating, 12 hours eating. Okay, number 2 fast in the 10 fasting method list. It's my favorite form of fasting, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we've been waiting for. The number 2 form of fasting, and it's next on the ease of schedule, the ease of being able to do it, is the 16-8 fasting, the legendary 16-8 fasting, the one that doctors most often would approve of. Okay, this is the most popular of all the fasting. To me, it is. And this is the one that I practice the most of. You know what I'm saying? Because this is also a fasting regimen of maintenance, of maintaining. It entails eating within an 8-hour window each and every day and going without food or fasting for the other 16 hours. So 16 hours no eating, 8-hour window of eating. Now, some people might think this approach is effective because it supports the body's internal clock, the circadian rhythm. So that's exactly the reason why it works for me. It works perfectly for me. It helps maintain my diet, and it also helps me maintain all the benefits that I've reached when I did the other fasting. Excuse me. Now, I must do this as a sidebar. When you're fasting means no eating. It doesn't say you can't drink water. Water, flavorless tea, sugarless tea, sugarless coffee is okay. Also, you're going to need to put some electrolytes in you. Now, that don't mean you go get a Gatorade or a Powerade or a Body Armor or no shit like that because it contains sugar. Sugar breaks your fast. I don't care if it's a teaspoon of sugar breaks your fast. I'm going to tell y'all the thing that I do to get my electrolytes in. If I don't have an electrolyte powder on me at the time, here's what you can do. And you guys can look this up for yourselves. You take a pinch of pink salt. You can be regular iodized salt. You take a pinch of it, drop it in your water. Now, the water shouldn't be salty to taste. You shouldn't taste the salt. You should taste the water. The water might be a little different, but you shouldn't taste it like it shouldn't be salty water, like you flavoring pasta water or something like that. Shouldn't be that salty, but it should be a pinch, a dash of it. You know why? Because water and salt, you can actually add a limit to it too. You're drinking or eating lemon juice. It's not going to break your fast because it has no calories. If you don't want the taste of just salt and water in your water, then you can break up a lemon, squeeze the lemon juice off up in there, and then you can drink that. That's going to be your electrolytes, ladies and gentlemen. Because what happens when you sweat? What happens when you start burning calories and start burning anything? Saline goes with it, and your body needs salt, not a bunch of it, but just enough to pitch those electrolytes up. So trust me, this is my method. To every 8 ounces of water, you're going to put a fourth of a teaspoon of salt in it. Scratch that. That's what they would normally have you do. You take a pinch of it. 16 ounces of water is all you need, or 16-ounce bottle. You take a pinch of it, drop it in there, shake it up real, real good. So what if you don't taste the salt? The electrolytes is in that salt. It's going to do what it does when it gets inside your body. Trust and believe when I tell you. And then you won't be dehydrated, because water alone might quench your thirst, but water does not put back the electrolytes. Water alone does not put back the electrolytes you'll lose by sweating it off if you're working out and then doing your fast. So put that salt in there. Why do you think when you go to the hospital, if you're dehydrated or whatever the case may be, and you're sick, what's one of the first things the doctors do? They put you on a saline drip. Look at it like that. You're drinking a little bit of salt water to boost those electrolytes up. Trust your cousin, your uncle, your big brother. I know what I'm talking about. Try that, ladies and gentlemen. You'll thank me later. Okay? The majority of people who adhere to this, and this is true, listen to this, because I just told y'all a minute ago. The majority of people who adhere to this type of fasting regimen usually this type of schedule, they usually schedule to skip their meals at night. So as well as for a portion of the morning and late and the nighttime, they frequently consume the majority of their daily caloric intake in the afternoon. That is true, ladies and gentlemen. EI, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Anything after that, remember, you're asleep during that time. You don't have to eat anything else till 12 p.m. the next day. So you're only eating basically essentially one time within that 8-hour period, and then for the next 16 hours, you're not eating anything at all. And during that time, you're sleeping, working, fucking, whatever you're doing something, but you're not eating. For the guys in here, eating pussy, that breaks your fast too, because pussy is meat. I don't care what nobody say. Welcome to Major Level Entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm real over here. I don't bite my tongue. You understand what I'm talking about? Y'all know how I am. So I'm going to cuss a little bit, but I'm always going to give y'all the real. It's in love. Trust me, I don't sugarcoat shit over here. We are all grown men and women around this motherfucker. I'm that uncle, that cousin, that brother that's going to give it to you raw. You understand what I'm talking about? Pause, yeah. Not like that, you know what I mean? There are no limitations on this, on the kind of foods that you can eat. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is important. This is why the 16-8 fasting regimen is important. There is no limitations on the kinds or quantities of food that you can eat. Because remember, you're in a caloric deficit anyway. You're only eating within an 8-hour window. You're fasting longer than you're eating. You're only eating for 8 hours, fasting for 16 hours. Anything can be consumed in an allotted 8-hour time. This adaptability makes the strategy reasonably simple to implement. It's very simple to implement. Just don't eat anything. Eat everything between the hours of 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. And don't eat anything after 8 p.m. Don't eat anything again until 12 p.m. the next day. It's that damn simple. The 16-8 diet plan suggests advantages include the benefits and advantages include losing weight, fat loss, weight loss, type 2 diabetes prevention if you'd use this regimen like I've used, and other illnesses that is linked to obesity, heart disease, your risk of a stroke, blood clots, anything. This is the best plan to go, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the plan that I use the most. Okay. The 16-8 method makes intermittent fasting very simple for novices. This is another one you can use. The 12-12 was good, but this one is eons better. Trust me. And this is the one and that your big brother, your cousin, uses all the damn time. You know what I'm talking about? Simply choose an 8-hour window to eat your food in. And then after that 8 hours is up, time yourself if you have to. I got it all in my head. So I know if it's 12 and I ate at 12, I know I have until 8 to eat something else. I'm not eating anything after 8 p.m. That's how it goes. Okay? Now, what's acceptable? These are acceptable drinks during your fast. Because remember, I told you can't eat anything during the fast. You're going to break it. Anything. I don't give a fuck if you eat one grape. You broke your fast because it's calories. Here are the things that are acceptable. Water is acceptable on this fast. Herbal teas without any sweetener in it is acceptable during this fast. You can throw a lemon off in there if you want to. Black tea. Bulletproof coffee. These things are acceptable drinks because they offer little to no caloric intake at all. You know what I'm saying? The most popular times, once again, we're going to go back over this. The most popular time to eat during this time, if you're going to do the 16-8 method, is between the hours of 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. at night. You have 8 hours within that time to eat. After that, put your forks down, put your spoons down, close the goddamn refrigerator, put a lock on it. Don't eat anything until 12 p.m. the next day, 12 noon the next day. Although you are free to choose a time that works for you. This is the best time that works for me, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me. If you want to look like me, if you want to talk like me, when you get my age, ladies and gentlemen, trust me, this is the fast that I've done the most in my life. Okay, let's get to the pros and cons of it. The pros. It's, once again, simple to follow. Pro number 2. It's a good method to lose weight, obviously, of course. Also, no change. You don't have to change the food you eat. If you want to eat pizza, goddamn it, you can eat pizza. If you want to go to Chris' house, have Chris fry you up a brisket, you can eat it as long as you don't do it past 8 hours. You know what I'm talking about? You want to go to Randy's Donuts? That's fine, Lewis. Go and bring me back a Twister, maple bar buttermilk. You understand what I'm talking about? Go do what you do, but make sure don't go past the 8-hour mark because we can't eat anything at all. Wife will slap it out your goddamn hand. And then the number 4 pro is it may help with type 2 diabetes. So if you're dealing with type 2 diabetes now, if you're borderline diabetic, I promise you, try this regimen for just 2 days. Just 2 days. And then go back to your doctor and check your A1C numbers. And then come back and tell Major I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you were borderline diabetic today, if you start doing this regimen tomorrow, and then you do it the next day, I promise you, by Friday, when you go back to the doctor go check your numbers and be like, damn, what you been doing? Well, doc, I ain't been eating anything. Or I haven't been eating all throughout the day like I normally would. I ain't snacked on a Snicker bar. I ain't ate me a Butterfinger. I ain't done nothing. I ate one time in 2 days, and 1 day. So I ate 2 times in 2 days, and 2 entire days. My caloric intake, I've just lost weight, and you don't even feel it because it's so small. It's so insignificant, you don't feel it. But trust me, things have gone on inside your body that's on a microscopic scale that you can't see, and you might not even be able to feel right away, but your numbers will reflect what you've done. Trust me. I done got 3 people that I know so far. 3 people. I wish I could bring them up here. 3 people from being diabetics. One was borderline diabetic. The other 2 were diabetics, type 2 diabetics. That cleared their diabetes up within a week. Their A1C numbers went all the way down to 3.5, 3.8, 3.7. You know, anything over 5.1, you're pre-diabetic. So trust me, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the cons of it. It's not all good. The cons is, of course, you're going to experience some hunger. Of course you are. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be rolling down the street, you're gonna smell somebody, you know what I'm saying? They're cooking some rice and gravy. You're gonna want to stop. You're gonna wonder if the biscuits go alongside that. You're gonna wonder these things. Trust me. That's your mind fucking with you. You can't let your mind fuck with you. You gotta stay the course and you gotta push on through. You gotta remember old Major and you gotta push on through. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna get through that 16 hours. And trust and believe me. Then eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. You know what I'm talking about? Number two con. It may affect your social life. So what? Fuck people. This is about mental clarity. This is about getting your health together. You can deal with people once your health together. Because guess what? I tell you what you can't do. You can't deal with nobody. Your social media life or your social life won't be affected in any way if you're dead, right? So your health is more important. Fuck everybody. They're going to have to wait for you. Con number 3. It might be tricky to stick with it long term. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be tricky at first. It will be. But I promise you, if you do it enough, it's just like muscle memory with anything you do. If you do it enough, ladies and gentlemen, you will get to the regimen of it, and then you'll get to a better understanding of it. And then you'll be able to do it anytime you want to do it. All right? So I'm going to read to the 5th one, and then I'm going to turn around and read the comments and see what y'all doing. Hit that like button, the subscribe button. Come in. I got 2 viewers up in here. Come on, y'all come in here for this, man. This is health. I know it ain't sports, but this is something I want y'all to hear. Pay attention real carefully. Okay, let's get to number 3. The 18-6 intermittent fasting method. Okay, that's the reverse. You got the 16-8. Now here comes the 18-6. Remember, I told you it's going to get more and more difficult as you go up. Okay. During the 18-6 intermittent fasting, I'll kind of speed through these. The 18-6 intermittent fasting, all your meals must be consumed in 6 hours, in the 6-hour time frame, and your window selection should be dependent upon your lifestyle. So you can eat your first meal at 12 p.m., right? And finish your eating window at 6:30 p.m. Excuse me, 12:30 p.m. and finish your eating window at 6:30 p.m. That means that the last meal you had should be before or at 6:30 and no more past that time. Well, actually before 6:30 to get to the 6:30 mark, no more past that time. Remember, if you're starting your eating window at 12:30 p.m. and you're eating to 6:30 p.m., you're only getting 6 hours to eat. You shouldn't be eating anything after 6:30. You shouldn't eat anything again until 12:30 p.m. the next day. So the 16-8 one is you're eating in an 8-hour period. The 18-6 is you're eating in a 6-hour period, but you're fasting for 18 hours. Okay? So that's basically pretty much self-explanatory. Okay. Now, it is one of the more challenging intermittent fasting patterns. The 18-6 diet can be right for you if you've tried the 12-12 diet, if you tried the 14-10 diet, if you tried the 16-8 diet, and you weren't successful with those diets, and you want to speed up your weight reduction, try the 18-6 fasting. I have also tried that. I've gotten some great benefits off of that too. Okay? Your ability to sleep better may also depend on when you eat. That is facts. So this is why this intermittent fasting method is important, because if you're eating not past 6:30 or 7:30, then that's perfect for you, because then you're giving your body the rest of the night. You still have 4 or 5 or more hours before you realistically go to sleep, and you're giving your metabolism a jump start, a head start. So then when you go to sleep for your 6 to 8 hours per night, so let's say you lay it down about 11 o'clock or whatever the case may be. You had your last meal at 6:30, lay it down about 11 o'clock. You get up again about 7 o'clock in the morning, depending on if you have to work or not. I work overnight, so mine might be different. You get up, right? You don't have to eat anything until 12. So you got another 4 hours before you can eat anything to 12:30. So during that 18 hours of inactivity, of food inactivity, your body has undergone a lot. You have a lot less bloating and a lot less indigestion than you would have if you frequently ate throughout the day like we mostly do. So 18-6, ladies and gentlemen, is number 3. Okay, let's quickly go to the pros and the cons, the pros and the cons, the pros and the cons. Okay, the pros are this. is help you digest your food better because you have more time to in between meals. So it helps you digest your food better. It improves sleep quality. I know that to be true, and it speeds up your weight loss. Okay, here goes some of the cons. Once again, with all fasting, may experience some hunger. Of course you will. Of course, there's nothing in the world that's going to stop you from wanting some fried chicken from Popeyes or Louisiana. But you have to stay the course and you have to fight it. Another con is it's a small time frame to eat. Yes, it's a smaller time frame to eat. So whatever you're going to do, you better eat it within the 6 hour period if you want to stick to it. And then number 3, it can be hard to follow. Okay. As you get into the further and the more deeper fasting, of course, it's going to get harder and harder. I told y'all it's going to be more of a challenge. Okay. But stick with it. I promise you, it's going to pay heavy dividends later. Okay. Number 4, the warrior diet, AKA the 20-hour no eating and then the 4-hour eating diet or fasting method. That's called the warrior, AKA the warrior diet. Okay. This is extremely hard, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to pay attention because you're only eating within a 4-hour window. 20 hours, you ain't doing nothing. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The average human being is up. What are we up? 14 to 16 hours a day? Let's just say, let's say 12 to 16 hours a day because you have to work 8 of those hours or whatever the case may be. What if you're doing an overtime shift? What if you're working 10 hours? What if you're working 12? There's only 24 hours in a day. So you're only eating 4 of those 24 hours and fasting 20 of those 24 hours. This is difficult. You should be an expert at this point before you try this. Ladies and gentlemen, do not try this. From here on out, I'm going to tell you, this is the one that you shouldn't try without trying the smaller methods first. Trust and believe me. Okay? Once again, like self-explanatory. You only have a 4-hour window to eat. During a fast this long, you're going to need your electrolytes. Remember, I told you about the pinch of salt and water, unless you got an electrolyte powder that you trust and that you can use, that you've used before. Okay, I want you to follow these 3 phases of the warrior diet if you're going to go for the warrior diet. Remember, the warrior diet, AKA the 20 hours of no eating, the 4 hours of eating. I want you to follow this. Understand, these are the following phases over the next 3 weeks. The detoxification phase, which begins in week 1. Aim to increase your body's capacity to eliminate toxins, aid the liver in scavenging chemicals that cause fat storage. Okay, so if you're doing this 20-hour fast, eating within a 4-hour fasting window, if you're doing this for the week, this is the detoxification period. Your body's detoxifying itself. Okay, this is week 1. Okay, phase 2, week 2, adaptation to fat fuel. It aims to increase your body's capacity to use fat as fuel. Remember, because you're not eating much, the stored fat that's in your body, ketosis have taken over now. So the ketones is beginning to start to use the fat as fuel inside your body. The cell, everything is starting to repair itself because you're not eating as much. Every time you eat, you're putting, okay, the cell, now the fat has something, your cells have something to eat on. The ketones can't really work properly because you're constantly filling your body with food, or whatever the case may be. But in phase 2, your body's ability to use fat as fuel has increased. Okay, phase 3, week 3, the 3-week challenge within this warrior diet. This is why they call it the warrior diet. It's very, very difficult, y'all. It's hard. I've done it. Trust me. Phase 3, adaptation to carbohydrate fuel. It aims to increase your body's capacity to use carbohydrates as fuel. Now, you done already went through your fat deposits, right? Okay. So now there's no more fat for the ketones to feed on. So now the ketones have to feed on the carbohydrates that's in your body. This is where the good carbs in the back are. This is where that comes in at. Now it starts feeding on your carbohydrates. And ladies and gentlemen, this is when you lose your weight. This is when you lose that unwanted weight, that unwanted bloat, that unwanted indigestion that you have. All this stuff goes away because your body has been detoxified. It has been it's turned into a fat burning machine and a carbohydrate eating machine as well. So all the things that keep you sick, that keep you bogged down, that keep you heavy, now you turned your body into a human incinerator, and it gets rid of these things. All right. Okay. Each stage includes times when you eat less during the day and more after night, or and more less during the day and more after dinner. So make sure that you do this at your own peril. It's very, very hard. Don't start off doing this. I will start you off at the 12-12 uh uh fast method. Okay. You can experience diarrhea, you can experience headaches, of course. As a result, you have to the fact that you've been able to stick with the diet at this time, you were able to do it for 3 weeks. When you see those results, you're going to want to stick to it, and you're going to be very impressed by what you see. Over the course of 8 weeks, there's been people, who followed the warrior diet over the course of 8 weeks, build more muscle while losing 3 to 5 pounds of body fat. Not water weight, body fat. And if y'all don't understand how heavy 3 pounds, it may not sound like a lot, but take a 3-pound weight, or take a bag and fill it up with 3 pounds of sand or 5 pounds of sand. That's how much body fat you're losing. It may not be significant, but trust me, if you do that every day and in several weeks, you'll burn a significant amount of weight, and it'll notice. It'll be in your face. It'll be in your love handles. It'll be everywhere where fat deposits are. Trust me. However, now people who have done this have also saw a rise in blood pressure and LDL cholesterol, which raises the risk of developing heart disease. You have to be careful with that, because remember, if you're not eating much, what are you eating? Now you have to now everything depends on what you're eating. You have to make sure you get the proper proteins in, the proper vitamins and nutrients in, not just not eating food because you want to lose weight. Yes, you're losing weight, but you put extra strain on your heart and other organs. So you have to be very, very careful with that. Now let's get to the pros of it. It increases your body's capacity to use carbs as fuel. It detoxifies your body. It helps you lose weight and fat, and it helps you build muscle. Those are the pros. Now, if you don't want the heart disease and all the things that, high blood pressure and the LDL cholesterol and all this stuff building up or whatever, you don't have to do this for too long. Like I say, you can do you can incorporate, you can kind of interchange them. You can do the 16-8, you can do the 24, you can do the 12-12. You can mix and match all your diets. But if you really want to detoxify your body, this is probably something you would want to do for a period of no longer than 3 weeks. Right? So let's get to the cons of it all. Likely to experience hunger, of course. Not suitable for beginners. I just said that. You don't want to start off with this. You leave it to niggas like me that's been doing this shit for 30 years. Okay, your rise in blood pressure is likely because you're not, obvious reasons. And it increases your chance of heart disease, developing heart disease. You might not get it overnight, but if you keep doing it, it could happen sooner than later. Okay, so do that at your own risk. Okay. Remember, I told you it's going to get more and more difficult. The stop and eat diet, or the stop and eat method. This is almost like the 1 meal per day. The only difference is you're not eating anything, ladies and gentlemen, for a whole 24 hours. This is the 24-hour fast. Woo! Let me tell you, this one stretches your willpower, because this is the beginning of a whole fast, going a whole day without eating anything. You know what I'm saying? I've done the 3-day fast. I just come off of a 2-day fast. This is the fast right here that's going to challenge you. Okay. If the warrior diet isn't hardcore enough for you, then the 24-hour stop eating fast diet will challenge you to the gills. Okay. Now, most people, you do this when you're fully experienced, okay? You do this when you're fully experienced. I don't really want to get into the full details. I don't think I need to. I think that it's pretty self-explanatory. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're doing a 24-hour fast, you don't eat for a whole entire day, pretty much. Now, according to some people who have gone through it, this type of fasting can cause blood pressure readings to drop to a safe range. Now, your blood pressure is going to drop because now you're not eating anything at all, but you don't want it to drop too low. This is why you keep drinking water. Water is going to regulate the blood. You know, it's going to keep the blood thin. It's going to keep everything from clotting up. You don't want to. Some people do what they call dry fasting. They don't drink water or eat food. They're not getting any liquids, any nutrients in. Dry fasting is very, very dangerous. That's the most dangerous type fasting there is, no matter for how long it goes. Just want y'all to understand that. So the stop and eat diet, I'm gonna get straight to the pros and cons, and then I'm gonna get to y'all comments. Pros: it speeds up fat and weight loss. Of course, you're not eating anything for one entire day. You're not eating anything. So let's just say, to put it in perspective, let's say the last meal you ate was 12 p.m. today, right? This afternoon, 12 p.m. You won't eat again until 12 p.m. tomorrow. Do y'all get that? One whole nothing, not a grape, not a policy, not a corn nut, nothing. I don't give a fuck if you eat a marshmallow, you can't eat nothing for the whole entire day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the con of it. You're going to experience hunger for certain, of course. Not suitable for beginners, once again, and it's very, very hard to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, if you start off with the 16-8 diet or the 12-12 diet, a 24-hour fast won't mean nothing to you. All you got to do is just stay busy. That's my advice to you. It's that simple. Okay? Let me get off to the comments before I read the last 5. Okay, let me go back up to the comments. Where we at? Coach James Cuzzo said Sebi came out to some news. I'm gonna say keep looking into what he was saying. It didn't really catch it yet. Yeah, Dr. Sebi's son. Yeah, I follow a lot of his work. I'm definitely going to check out what he said new. Purple and Gold, he said, what's good? Major salute to everybody in the chat. That's Purple and Gold. Appreciate you, bro, for showing up to today's show. And Gold James says, salute, Purple and Gold. Salute. Purple and Gold says, great topic. Specifically myself. My sugar is up. They're borderline, if you will, and my blood pressure is as well. Okay, man, this is going to be it's basically some juicy stuff in here for you, Purple and Gold. You know, we're older, bro, so we really have to pay attention to this. I know a lot of people, it's not popular because it's not sports, but trust me, y'all are going to want to hear this show. This is the show to really be listening in on. So I'm hoping the things I tell you can benefit you and can help you out, bro. Nephew, African Gamer. He says, what do you eat when you break a fast? I know you gain your weight back if you eat junk food. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to definitely get off into what to do after breaking the fast. I'm going to tell you what to do, what to eat, and how to incorporate food back in, normal food back in. Nephew. Purple and Gold says, salute, Go James, much love. H. Ed Davis, there he is, sniper of the damn channel. He says, salute and share and sub right now. He said, I see you, Unc. 115 subscribers. Keep Major Level going, y'all. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. And Joe's laughing at me. What I do? You know what I'm talking about? The damn nephew says, nah, it's definitely that way for sure. Laughing my ass off. Cuzzo says, Brody, H, and Davis. You know what I'm talking about? Purple and Gold says, once I heard Kevin Hart say he do intermittent fasting as well. Yes. Yeah. You get older, man. It's important to do that. African Gamer laughed at me. Go James says the football Derrick Henry does a lot of fasting. Yes. If you got extra weight on, man, it's just trust me. It's just important for you to do, not just for weight loss, but for your overall mental, spiritual, and emotional health. Trust me, it literally does bulletproof your spirit. Trust me, it does. H. Davis says, what it do, Go James? He says, what it do, Joe? He says, what it do, AG? And Laker Girl comes in and she says, please go subscribe to Laker Girl 36's channel. That's my little sister, you know what I'm saying? Go over there to LakerGirl36.com right now on YouTube before Lewis get a hold of you. You don't want Lewis coming in here. You understand what I'm talking about? Says salute, Major Bro. Subscribe if you're new, hit that button, or Lewis will get your ass. See, I just told y'all that, but you ain't gotta listen to me. If you want to listen to Laker Girl because she's prettier than me or whatever the case may be, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just here to just tell you, I'm just really, I don't want any problems. I just work here, at Major Level Entertainment. And Go James says, Sister Laker Girl, African Gamer says, salute H. Davis. Go James says, salute Brody AG. African Gamer says, salute Chris. Joe says, what up HD and HG? Talking about all the family members are saying what up to each other. I likes that. I'm talking about? I feel like we had a family reunion or something. You know what I'm talking about? Purple and Gold says, self-discipline is all up in our minds sometimes. It is. It's all the way in our mind. Every single thing you do is in your mind. Absolutely. Mind over matter. You know how we do it. Laker Girl says, Go James, salute, bro. Joe says, AG, we got to wrap it up in the back cave. We got to wrap it up in the back cave soon. I got some words, man. That's what's up. There he is, DJ, my damn little bro, man. Your guy, my guy. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, look, if y'all ain't aware of who this dude is, man, by now, I just feel like at this point, it ain't on me to tell y'all no more, man. Because mostly everybody that's over here on my channel is all over there on his channel already. He got 3,872,776 billion subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just a small blip on the screen in these YouTube streets, but this guy right here is a motherfucking legend in the GOAT. Now, I know he don't like to be called that. I understand that. To hear me out now. But when it comes to Lakers shit, hey, bro, there's no place I'd rather be. I'm telling you, that's the place to be. Fuck everybody else's channel. We want to do a little Lakers shit or whatever, except for Laker Girl, my little sister, of course. With the exception of Laker Girl, fuck every other channel out there that's talking about basketball, talking about my Lakers, our Lakers, your Lakers. But when DJ talk about the Lakers, people want to listen. They want to hear him. He's the Malcolm X of this YouTube shit. You understand what I'm talking about? The damn GOAT, my little brother, who I'm proud to call a brother, is DJ. Go over and subscribe to Lakers of 5 if you haven't already done it, man. And go ahead and do it right now. I thank you, bro, for showing up to the channel. I know you took time out your busy schedule to come over here and fuck with Big Bro, man. I appreciate that. Laker Girl says, salute H. Davis. Laker Girl says, salute, brother Joe. African Gamer says, salute, Joe. Yeah, we got to chop it up soon in the back cave. Yeah, chop it up. Purple and Gold said, I'm glad you brought this topic up, Major. I'm seriously going to take this into consideration. I'm borderline diabetic. Gonna want what I eat. Gonna watch what you eat. Yeah, absolutely, bro. You have to. Also, Purple and Gold. Remember when I did the blood type show? Incorporate that in, bro. You'll get rid of that diabetes. You'll get rid of that borderline diabetes and get your A1C levels down to where they need to be. Trust me, bro. H. Davis, salute Laker Girl, sis. H. Davis says that. Yeah, Purple and Gold, working out, it will also help. I'm going to say something about working out, y'all. Do you guys know what's more important? Eating what you eat or how much you exercise? Well, I'll answer it for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. There's something in health called the 80-20 rule. Only 20% of working out is going to affect your weight loss. But health, optimal health, ladies and gentlemen, is 80% of what you eat. It's 20% of your fitness, 80% of what you eat. Even the very Bible says exercise profits a man little. Now, that doesn't say to not exercise, but it's more important to watch what you eat than how hard you work out. I know a bunch of people that work out all day long. They gym rats. And they look good on the outside, but they got all kind of problems on the inside. Trust me, because they work out, but they don't eat right. Eating is more important than how you work out. Trust me, if you don't believe me, you can look it up. Watch what the fuck you eat. Watch what the hell you drink. I don't give a damn how many push-ups you can do, how many sit-ups you can do, how much weight you can lift, how far you can run, how fast you can run, how many miles you put in a day walking. That's going to amount to a hill of beans if you fill your body with death instead of filling your body with life, ladies and gentlemen. I don't give a fuck how much you work out. You have to eat properly. You have to get your proper proteins, your proper vitamins, your proper minerals, your proper nutrients. And it's got to be a balanced diet. Or else anything else you do outside of that is not going to amount to a hill of beans. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me. And Goat James says, salute DJ. H. Davis says, it's not good to eat sweets. No. The African Gamer says, just drinking fruit and water only is still considered a fast? Yes. No. You if you incorporate any fruit is sugar, even if it's good sugar. If you incorporate any fruit, anything that has a caloric balance, anything that has a caloric number to it, you're broken your fast. You can't do anything on a fast but drink pure water, herbal tea, black tea, or bulletproof coffee. That's it. You're breaking your fast. Even if you eat one grape, you've broken your fast already. You can't do anything. Purple and Gold says, yes, absolutely. Start doing cardio 15 to 30 minutes every day. That's all you need. You can do that cardio alongside of fasting. It's going to help you get optimal results when it comes to losing weight and other things. I'd rather walk than do weights. Yes, that's the perfect way to do it. You can do that too. Walk, get your steps in. But the most important thing is watch what you eat. Or watch how much you eat. Purple and Gold says, I agree, me too. African Gamer says, I'm 17 hours into my fast, bro. To be honest, it's not hard, but that's because I'm busy at work throughout the day. Yes, definitely staying busy is one of the most important things to do when you're doing a fast. Trust me, because when you're busy, you don't have time to think about food. So by default, you're not eating because you're not even thinking about food because you're busy. African Gamer says, the real test is when I go work out and get home. Yes, because you get home, the first thing you see, come in the house, first thing you see is the damn refrigerator and a big ass bag of Ruffles you got laying up on top of the motherfucker. And you can literally see the bag open itself up as if the opening of the bag is the mouth and it's saying, come get me. And then you say, you know what? One Ruffle ain't gonna hurt me. I ain't gonna ruffle nobody's feathers because I'm eating one Ruffle. But see, here's the problem. You and I both know we can't just eat just one of those motherfuckers, right? We got to pull down a bowl, pour the motherfucking chips in the bowl, or sometimes we so damn lazy we don't even do that. We just pull the whole goddamn bag down and take it to the couch with us. So you have to fight the feeling. Fight the feeling. You know what I'm talking about? A Purple and Gold says, I know exactly what you mean, AG. H. Davis says, drinking water will help you. That's where I struggle at. Yeah, you got to drink. The fountainhead of fasting, of any fasting ritual that you're doing, is to drink water. That's the fountainhead of it. Excuse me. Purple and Gold says, I have no problem with that. I'm trying to stay away from soda and chocolates. Woo! That's hard. Now, I'll say this. I'm going to do another show on 21 days to break any bad habit. Any habit that you have, 21 days, I'll help you guys with it. I'll do another show on that. I got some experience with that as well. Because I did the 21-day thing to break me from drinking liquor back in the day when I used to drink it. Now I don't drink shit at all. I'm a square. You know what I'm talking about? African Gamer says, every time I feel the devil every time I feel that, the devil be trying to knock me off. Knock me off of it. Tell me why my grandma was like, I want to take y'all to eat to a steakhouse. I had to respectfully decline. I know that had to be difficult to do because steak is my weakness. Grandma would have been like, I'm taking y'all out to eat. I would have been like, okay. Damn. Yeah. Okay, hey, let me get my coat. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. So yeah, definitely. It's definitely hard, but it's doable. Goat James says, you know what I eat after I'm done fasting? Mr. Nasty Time. Hey, remember I told you cuz I'm eating coochie. That's still considered meat. It still got calories in it. You break your fast as soon as you eat the gooch. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but I feel you though. I definitely do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Coochie contains 150 calories and about maybe 5 milligrams of sodium. So at least you get your electrolytes out of the sodium. Out of the Anyway, that's the topic for another discussion. Y'all so nasty. African Gamer says, you want a freaky ass nigga dog. Yay, yay. Well, actually, that's not a yay, yay. Eating pussy is not a yay, yay. He a man. He supposed to eat the gooch. Supposed to eat the taco. You know what I'm talking about? And Go James says, yeah, because I'm a freaky ass ninja boy. Hey man, you know that's how we does this. And Go James says, ain't no yay yay. Well, with this one over here, my boy, ain't no glizzies involved with this one. You better tell him you don't talk about it. Only glizzy is the glizzy going inside the girl. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, listen, don't get me to talking shit, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a married man. You know what I'm talking about? African Gamer says, keep talking, Chris. I'm gonna lay your ass out. Oh no, wait a minute. Hold on. Yay, yay. Oh, wait, hold on, pause. Go James says, oh no, what the fuck? Oh no, wait, hold on, AG. Hey, somebody take his passport away from him. No, he said, no, don't hide the comments now, nigga. No, oh no, hell no. You know what I'm talking about? AG is laughing. A Purple and Gold says, been drinking apple cider vinegar, 3 tablespoons of half a lemon juice, and a little bit of cayenne pepper with 8 ounces of water in the morning. That's a perfect remedy. I can't do apple cider vinegar anymore with my blood type, but for those who can do it, it's definitely good. I can't do the cayenne pepper. I do the cayenne pepper tea every now and again. I do that. It works wonders for me, for my circulation and things like that. African Gamer says, I would fast if or would eat with my time and regiment if I'm pretty much busy at work and school till about 8 p.m. I work out from 8:30 to 10 p.m. Those are good hours. Um, what window of time do I have to eat? If you're gonna have to get with me. I'm gonna have to talk to you about that more in detail. Purple and Gold says the warrior diet is extremely difficult. That's like the highest level. Oh no. The warrior diet is not even close to the highest level. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Purple and Gold says, damn, no eating diet will turn you into KD or Wimpy. yeah. But you'll be, but your body will thank you for it. You know what I'm saying? Go James says, I wonder what kind of fasting Dr. Sabia was doing. I'll tell you. Dr. Sabi mainly did the 16-8 fasting. He did that. He practiced different fasting, but he mainly did the 16-8 fast, where he fasted for 16 hours and had an 8-hour window to eat. He did the what they call the monk fast. The monk fast he did. I'll get off into the monk fast in a minute. But Dr. Sabi did a bunch of different fasting. He incorporated them all into his daily life. H. Davis laughing at me. African Gamer said, I'm going for a 3-day fast so far, 16 hours in. Now, I will say this, nephew, if you've never done a 3-day fast before, don't do it right away. Don't do it. Only do it if you feel like, now, I'll say you're 16 hours in, right? Okay. You're not really going to experience too much now, but at about the 24-hour mark, that's when you're going to know if you can go another couple days or not, or whatever the case may be. So be careful with that. Please be careful with that. If you've never done it before, don't just jump right into it. You'll pay for it later. You know what I'm talking about? Goat James says he laughed at me, LOL. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so I'm caught up in the comments. So let me finish off these last fasting. I'm gonna go real fast, y'all. I think I'm losing some of y'all attention spans. Okay, so fast type number 6, the monk fast, 36-hour fast. The monk fast is the 36-hour fast. That is right after the stop eat fast. That is the number 6 on the hardest one. But it's not the hardest one. You can alternate the monk fast. You know you can do that. You can do alternate day fasting. So you don't have to do 36 full hours. 36. That's 12, 12, and 12. So you don't have to do That's really a day and a half. You don't have to do a day and a half fasting. You can do that. You can do it once a week. You can do. Um, you don't have to do it today and then skip tomorrow, then do it the next day and skip tomorrow, or whatever. You don't have to do it every other day and a half. You could do it once a week, literally 4 times a month, and you'll be straight. This is one of those die-hard fasting methods. Very, very difficult to do. During the 36-hour monk fast, you are only allowed to drink water and other calorie-free liquids like tea or coffee with no extra to it. Tea or black coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very difficult to go a whole day and a half without eating if you've never done it before. You may think you feel fine, but trust me, you better be careful with that type of diet. Stay hydrated during that fast and make sure you consume a lot of water. Definitely want to consume a bunch of water. Drink some water. Select a light, easy to digest meal if you're breaking this fast. When you're breaking this fast, we're gonna get up to the fast breaking in a minute. Okay, so that's number 6. If you have diarrhea, severe diarrhea, if you're feeling dizzy, nauseous, experiencing any chest or stomach pain, or feeling like a loss of consciousness, then you want to stop the water fast. You want to stop fasting. You want to eat something and incorporate some electrolytes in you immediately. Okay? It's safe to say that this method of fasting isn't for the lighthearted. The beginners should also take a look before doing this type of fast. Some people are also doing the 72-hour fast, but we only recommend following this regimen under supervision. That's true. If you're going to do a 3-day fast, 72-hour 3-day fast, you want to go get some supervision from your doctor. Okay? If you're going to do that, we're going to get up to that in a minute. Okay? The pros is a good way to lose a large amount of weight, enhance health benefits, and go through something called autophagy, ladies and gentlemen. Now, does anybody know what autophagy means? If you don't know what autophagy means, you can either look it up or I could tell you. But autophagy is basically a natural process where your body recycles and repairs damaged cells. That's basically what it does. It goes through. So your body is pretty much your body's pretty much resetting itself, pretty much. That's what autophagy means, for lack of a longer definition. All right. So cell repair, cell regeneration happens during autophagy. The cons of this, very hard to follow, not suitable for beginners or even for immediate level fasters. This is for strict people who understand what they're doing. And it may be too excessive, and it may be too harmful. So please do it under some supervision of a doctor. Okay. 7, and one of the most well-known intermittent fasting diets out there is the 5-2 diet. Sometimes it refers to as the fast diet. The 5-2 diet, it limits calories to only 500 to 600 calories per day on any 2 days of the week. So let me say that again. So the 5-2 diet is called the fast diet. It limits you to only 500 to 600 calories a day. So that means for 2 days out of any given week, any 2 days out of a given week, you can only eat 500 to 600 calories per day. That's probably like one burger with no cheese on it, no trimmings. As long as it stays within the 500 to 600 calorie per day mark. That's the only thing you can do on a 5-2 day diet. I'll get into the benefits of that in a minute. This one is extremely hard. That's why it's number 7 on my list of hardest. It may sound like it's easy, but it's hard to eat just 500 calories a day. I'm sorry. One French fry is 125 calories. So this is not for the faint of heart, but once again, this is something I have done before. Okay. Now let's get off into the cons of that and the pros of that. You don't even need no big time explanation of that. The pros is it's very simple to follow. It's hard to maintain, very difficult to maintain. It's a good long-term solution. It's a good method to lose weight. No restrictions on what you eat. as long as it doesn't go over the 500 to 600 calorie mark. You may experience extreme hunger. The diet is more of a lifestyle and may hinder social life. And you can gain weight if done incorrectly. How can you gain weight? Because you're having a severe caloric deficit per day for 2 days out of the week. That's going to boost your hunger, and that's going to make you want to eat more, because you're only eating. If you're eating 500 to 600 calories a day, you're not eating a big meal at all. That's a bag of chips and a soda. That's it. Very, very easy to simple to follow, but very, very hard to keep up with. Number 8, alternate day fasting. On this diet, you eat whatever you want on the days you don't fast. So, alternate day fasting. So let's say, for instance, you pick any one of those other fastings, 16-8, 18-6, 12-12 fasting on Monday. That means Tuesday, you don't fast. You can eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. Wednesday, you go back to fasting. Thursday, you can eat whatever you want to eat. Friday, you go back to fasting. Saturday, you can eat whatever you want to eat. Sunday, you go back to fasting. It's very, very self-explanatory. Alternate day fasting is pretty much fasting every other day. Okay, the most popular variation of this fast is you can only consume 500 calories or less. That's if you want to put a variant on it to help you lose weight, to help you, get some benefits faster. Okay, alternate day fasting may aid in weight loss, reduce risk factors for type 2 diabetes and heart disease, because you're not eating every single day, every hour of the week. You're not doing it. You're giving your body time to rest, adequate time to rest. Alternate day fasting may be simpler for some people who follow simple to follow than any other dietary plans. Definitely. In a 12-month research indicated by alternate day fasting, adherence to where calories are restricted to 25% of what you need on fasting days was not superior to regular caloric restriction. Okay? You got to be very, very careful with this fast too. It may lead to an adverse reaction with hunger, meaning it may cause you to overeat, it may cause you to undereat. It becomes very psychological at this point. The pros: it aids in weight loss. It provides and improves heart health. It's beneficial, may be beneficial to those who are already struggling with type 2. The cons: it's very, very tricky to follow. It's a very, very fickle fast. It will cause hunger, and it's not the best term solution, ladies and gentlemen. That is the alternate day fasting at number 8. Number 9, skipping a meal fast. Skip a meal. Simply, it is what it is. You're skipping a meal. Skipping a meal is something we have all done at some stage, whether you're dieting or simply just don't crave any food at a normal time. But how effective can it be in a form of intermittent fasting? Okay. According to findings, skipping a meal decreased daily caloric intake by 252 calories for breakfast, 350 calories if you just drink tea. But skipping lunch or tea deteriorated the diet quality of over 4%, and skipping breakfast or dinner by 2.6%. So, in other words, you don't eat breakfast, but you eat lunch. And then you don't eat dinner, but the next day you eat breakfast and lunch, but not dinner. Or the next day you eat dinner, but not breakfast and lunch. That's what skipping a meal is. Now, that is another tricky diet. It's not something that's really, it's not the most popular. Skipping a meal is not the most popular one, because at some point in the day, you're going to be left to your own devices to eat a snack. It doesn't say anything about not eating snacks. It's just saying skipping a full meal. So the pros of that is very small. The pros is, yes, it can help you lose weight. It can help you prevent overeating, but it has more cons. The cons is you will experience extreme hunger. It will make you lightheaded, or you may even possibly pass out, depending on how hungry you are, depending on how much your body's in need of food and electrolytes. Often leads to overeating and weight gain if followed incorrectly. And it's not a recognized form of dieting. That is something somebody else pretty much made up. Okay? And one of the most hardest, severe kind of dieting there is the 1 meal per day diet. The 1 meal per day diet. And you only have a 1 hour feeding time. So 23 hours of the rest of the day, you're not eating. You can't eat a thing. You can't even open your mouth and eat air. If you eat air, you broke your goddamn fast. That's how strenuous this is. And ladies, this tops my list at number. Ladies and gentlemen, this tops in my list at number 10. It's called the OMAD diet, or the 1 meal a day fast. The OMAD diet offers a 1 hour feeding window, in contrast to intermittent fasting, which permits 4 to 8 hour window. So for the remaining 23 hours of the day, you're eating nothing, not air, you're eating nothing. If your breath have a flavor to it, you better spit it out. Because your bad breath has calories. So if you slurping in bad breath, pause, yay. You just broke your goddamn fast. Your breath better be clear and clean. Oh, don't even brush your teeth with toothpaste because it's got calories in it. No. You better brush your shit with some goddamn baking soda or water. This is how strict the OMAD diet is. It's not advised by nutritionists. It may be helpful for a person with already pre-existing health conditions. Do not do it without doctor supervision. Period. When following the OMAD diet, maintain appropriate fluid intake is crucial. Try diluting apple cider vinegar in a glass of water. If you can't do that, like I can't drink apple cider vinegar anymore. Drink some lemon water or both. These won't break your fast because it has no caloric value. All right. Throughout the day, the diet permits you to use water, coffee, tea, or however other beverages that are low caloric or diet drinks are not permitted. Anything that are such as low caloric or diet drinks are not permitted. Okay, because they have some form of sugar in it. Okay. For a regular 23-hour fasting period, it is advised that you eat at the same time each and every day. So let's say, here's an example. Let's say you're going to eat 1 meal. Your 1 meal is 8 a.m. in the morning when you wake up, right? You can't have anything else to eat until 8 a.m. the next day. You only eat one time a day. Basically, eat one time a day. And you have 1 hour to do it. So after 8 a.m., you can't have nothing else but water, tea, and sugarless coffee. Those are the rules. It's one of the most extreme forms of fasting, and that's why dietitians don't recommend it. Now, the pros: can aid in weight loss, can help build muscle. The cons: you will experience extreme hunger. It can be very, very harmful over time. Not suitable for beginners or even intermediate fasters. Potentially dangerous as your body enters survival mode. When your body enters survival mode, your brain sends signals to the rest of your body. We got to do something, eat something, kill something, murk something. Be careful with the OMAD diet. Not suitable long-term, ladies and gentlemen. And those are your 10 types of fasting. Let's go quickly back through them. The 12-12 fasting. 12 hours a day to eat, 12 hours not to eat. The 16-8 fasting, my favorite, the one that I practice routinely. You have a 16-hour, you have an 8-hour window to eat, 16 hours you're not eating. The 18-6 one, another one of my favorites. You have a 6-hour window to eat, 18 hours you're not eating. The warrior diet. You have a 4-hour window to eat, the other 20 hours you're not eating. Very, very difficult. The 24-hour fast, you ain't eating shit in 24 hours. It's almost like the OMAD diet. You're not eating anything at all in 24 entire hours. If you had your last meal at 8 p.m. tonight, you ain't eating again till 8 p.m. tomorrow night. It's almost like the OMAD diet. Except with the OMAD diet, you do get 1 hour. Okay. The monk fast, that's the 36-hour diet. Um, you're um, you're pretty much fasting for a day and a half. That's 36 hours. Very, very difficult. The 5-2 fasting, you're only eating 500 to 600 calories per day for 2 days out of the week. So altogether, you're only eating 1,000 to 1,200 calories per week. That is not enough. It's very, very dangerous. Consult your physician before you do it. Alternate day fasting. Eat today, you don't eat tomorrow. Eat the next day, you don't eat the day after that. And then you eat the day after that, you don't eat the day after that, then you eat the day after that. So you might have 3 days of fasting, 4 days of eating. You might have 4 days of fasting, 3 days of eating. Alternate day fasting. Very, very difficult to do. Caloric intake, the caloric deficit is very, very low. Consult with your physician before you do that. Skipping an entire meal through a day period. You can eat any time of day, but skipping breakfast or eating breakfast, but skipping lunch and eating dinner, or not eating breakfast, eating lunch, but skipping dinner, or skipping breakfast and lunch, but eating dinner is very, very difficult to do. Consult with your physician before doing so. And then number 10, ladies and gentlemen, the OMAD diet. Yeah, 23 hours a day, you're not eating anything. And the last 23 hours a day, you're not eating anything. You're fasting. And 1 hour of the day, you're only drinking water, pure water. That's it. You might want to throw a lemon off in there. Those are your diets. Okay, my final thoughts on that. Of course, if you're a woman and you're pregnant and you're doing that, you can't fast at all. You can't, because you're nurturing a child. So of course you can't fast. There's certain things that your body's going to need. So you need to eat every day because your child's survival depends on that. If you have any pre-existing heart conditions, if you have kidney failure, liver conditions, or whatever the case may be, talk to your doctor about which fast is best for you, if at all. Okay. Now, the thing that worked for me, like I said, was the 16-8 and the 18-6 fasting methods. That worked the most for me. Some of the benefits that I've seen has been definitely I'm able to focus better. Not coughing as much. Don't have as much mucus in me as I would have if I had to keep eating, or whatever the case may be, especially because we eat a lot of dairy stuff and we breathe, this toxic air in, or whatever the case may be. So I've noticed that. I've noticed my vision has cleared up. Just within the time that I fasted, a couple days after 16 hours, I noticed that I can see a little bit better. My senses are heightened. My sense of smell, my sense of hearing, everything is heightened because food is not blocking, my faculties. So these are the things that I do it. And now I'll do 2 types of fasts. I'll fast twice a month. Here's how I'll do it. Usually at the beginning of the month, or the first 2 weeks of the month, I would do what they call a 3-day water fast, pure water, tea, and that's it. That's 3 days. That's or AKA the 72-hour fast. Okay, but I'm a pro at this now, so I could do that. I wouldn't tell people to start off doing that. Now, at the end of or sometime I'll alternate. Sometime at the beginning of the month, I'll do my 16-8 fast, and then I'll do the 72-hour water fast at the end of the month, the 3-day water fast. But for the most part, to begin the month off, I'll do a 24-hour water fast, or I'll do the 16-8 fasting. Now, whether I do the 16-8 fast or the 72-hour fast, sometime I might forget to do either one. I will do the 16-8 fast just about every other day. So today I might do a 16-8 fast. Okay. Meaning that the last meal that I'll eat tonight is 8 p.m. I'm not eating anything else until tomorrow at 12. And I start it up again. Or I might do the 16-8 ritual twice, back to back. I might do it today. I might do it tomorrow. But then the day after that, I won't do it. I'll eat regular. I'm still going to reap some of the benefits that come off of doing the 16-8 fasting. So now, in closing, when you want to break a fast, Now, of course, fast don't need to be broken if it's a 16-8 fast. You can go right back to eating regular food if you want to. But anything after 48 hours, if after 48 hours, any prolonged fasting, anything after 48 hours is called prolonged fasting. I think 24 hours of prolonged fasting. After 48 hours, in order to break your fast, the best thing to do is make bone broth your best friend. Make bone broth and soup, low sodium soup, your best friend. You can start off eating soup, then you can kind of, get yourself to larger things like fruit chunks, and then you can get off into stuff like, lean protein like chicken breast, chopped up, some veggies like broccoli and carrots and cauliflower and stuff like that, Brussels sprouts, if you will. And then you can work your way up to steak and shrimp and other stuff. You can incorporate your way back into different foods. So each and every day, you can pick yourself up and go further with your food. But start off breaking your fast with a bone broth. Season your bone broth to your liking. And once you get that flavor going down, you're ready to bring in more solid foods after 12 hours. And then you can kind of work your way up from there. And then, of course, if you can maintain that type of lifestyle, going into these fasts and being able to break your fast properly, ladies and gentlemen, you'll achieve optimal health, weight loss, muscle building, brain clearing capacity, and then your organs will function the way they need to, when they need to. You can prevent heart disease, prevent the chances of having a stroke, prevent some cancers. Fasting is good at cancer prevention and cancer fighting if you're strong enough to fight it, if you've already had it. But cancer prevention through fasting is the thing to do, because your ketones will attack those cancerous cells in your body, because it won't have nothing else to feed on. So it's going to feed on anything in your body that's foreign. So those are the importances of fasting. Get into it. Go back, listen in onto the show. Tell me which fasting you think is best for you. But I will tell you, if you guys are starting off with this and you don't do it all the time, I would tell you to start off with a 12-12 fasting regimen. Don't eat anything for 12 hours, and then for 12 hours, eat something. That's the best thing to do. And start it at night. Or start it in the afternoon. Start in the afternoon. So then when you go off into night. No, you know what? Start it at night. So 12 night, you're not eating anything because you should be asleep. If you're up, you work gravy like I do, try not to eat anything. Take some water with you. Take some tea with you to work. But don't eat anything at 12 a.m. Don't eat anything from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. After 12 p.m., you can have some food from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Now, because most of us are not up at that time, usually down by 10 or 11, you're really only your eating window is between 12 and 11 p.m. or 12 and 10 p.m. or 12 and 9, 12 and whatever time you go to sleep. Whatever time you go to sleep, you shouldn't put nothing else to your lips until 12 afternoon the next day. This is your boy, Big Major. Please hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. And right now, let me go up here and read these comments before I let y'all go for the day. African Gamer says, I'm still here, appreciate you, bro. Go James says, the 36 hours, I'm going to be dead by then. That facts, because that's why I say, don't do that fasting just yet. You want to start off with the 12-12 fasting. You know what I'm talking about? Talk to me in the Laker chat room and I'll tell you what's fasting. You know what I'm saying? I'll get more into details with it when you let me. I'm talking about, Go James says, shit, I'm going to have to eat something. I'll be out this bitch looking like damn wimpy ass. Oh, man, hey, look. Now, trust me, you'll feel great, though. You know what I'm saying? Because wasn't Dick Gregory fasting also? Yes. Dick Gregory has something called the Dick Gregory Bahamian diet, a Bohemian diet. It was very, very, very popular in the 80s, in early 90s. Very, very popular. African Gamer says, I know I can make it till then, midnight, which would be day 2. You should be able to just keep drinking water. Whatever you do, drink water. If you have a lemon, squeeze a lemon off up in there and you'll be straight. Purple and Gold. I'll try the 16-8 diet and then intermittent fasting next. Thank you, Major. Very informative, helpful, especially for our health. Oh, man, this is what I got to do for my people. You know, I'm talking about definitely what I got to do for my people. Michael says, oh, I missed most of this. Hey, Michael, you can always go back and tune into the show, man. There's a bunch of gems in there. 16-8 fast is like intermittent fasting, and it is intermittent fasting. It is the one that I use. It is the one that has helped me get the results that I've gotten over time. You know what I'm saying? So the 16-8 fasting is the best type of fasting, y'all. Mike Alexander says, I want to get better at fasting and you see, I want to get better at fasting and gain of weight and lose a gain of weight. How should I start? Okay, the best thing to do, Micah, is to start off with the 12-12 method first. So give yourself only a 12-hour window to eat, 12-hour window to eat, and then a 12-hour window not to eat. Now, most of the time you're sleeping for 6 to 8 hours a day, right? So since you're sleeping for 6 to 12 hours a day, 6 to 8 hours a day, you know you're not eating within that time you're sleeping. So you've already conquered 4 hours. So now you have 4 more hours of not eating, and then you have the other 12 hours to eat with. Now, within that 12-hour period, I would say incorporate a caloric deficit in you. So depending on your weight and your height, try not to go over 3,000 calories within the 12-hour period. So meaning whatever you're going to eat, you could do the 12-12 fasting method, but only eat one meal, one big meal within that 12 hours. Make sure that it stays under 300 calories, 3,000 calories, excuse me, because by doing this, you're not eating for 12 hours. So your body is already starting to build its fat burning ketogens to build up. You're already starting that. And then within the 12 hours you're only eating one time. You're still giving your body time to regenerate cells, your metabolism time to work its magic, time to burn fat fuel, and time to burn carbohydrates fuel. At the same time, you're still drinking your water. You're still getting your nutrients in through electrolytes. Now, the thing of it is that eat a balanced meal. Make sure you get your proteins. Make sure you get your vegetables. Make sure you get your fruits. Make sure you get your sugars. Make sure you get that within your 12-hour period. Because after that 12 hours is up, you can't eat anything else for 12 hours. You do that I'm going to give you this regimen. You do the 12-12 fasting ritual. Do that for 2 weeks. Do it for 2 weeks starting Monday. Starting this coming Monday. Do it for 2 weeks, the 12-12 method for 2 weeks. You're going to lose weight. You're going to gain more mental clarity and focus. You're going to notice things in your body start to slightly change. You might not notice a big change at first, but trust me, do it for 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks is up, then work your way up to the 16-8 method, which is you're not eating for 16 hours and you only have an 8-hour window to eat with. Do that for 2 weeks. So for a whole entire month, bro, for 2 weeks, you're going to do the 12-12 method. 12 hours to eat, 12 hours not to eat for 2 weeks. Immediately after that, you're going to do the 16-8 method for 2 weeks. That's going to incorporate for a whole month. Weigh yourself starting Monday. Tell me how much you weigh. Or, mark down how much you weigh. Let's say you weigh 230. If you follow my method starting Monday, 230 starting from Monday, and you do it for a whole month, I promise you'll be about 215 to 220 in a month's time. You will have lost 10 to 15 pounds in a month's time of fat, not just water, but fat. And you will have built lean muscle. Now, if you happen to incorporate working out with that, calisthenics, weightlifting, whatever the case may be, not only will you burn fat, but you'll gain and maintain lean muscle just in a month, 30 days. Trust me. 2 weeks, 12-12, 2 weeks, 16-8. Trust me. Write this down, bro. Starting Monday, 12-12. Everybody can do this. Everybody on the sound of my voice can do this. Starting Monday, 12-12. Every day, every single day for 2 weeks. 16-8. Now, if you don't think you can do the 12-12 for 2 weeks and the 16-8 for 2 weeks, Then let's do it the alternate way. Let's go 12-12 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Sunday. And then the rest of the days of the week, eat whatever you want. Do that for 2 weeks. And then come back after 2 weeks and then do the 16-8, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays. And then the rest of the days, you don't fast. You don't fast at all. You can eat whatever you want to eat all throughout the day while still exercising. Get a little bit of working out. Like Purple and Gold said. He said, what did he say? 15 to 30 minutes of cardio. That's just walking if you don't have an exercise bike. If you do that in tandem with these fasting methods that I'm telling you, y'all, you're going to lose weight, maintain muscle. You're going to lose bloating. Indigestion is going to get better. Mental clarity and focus is going to get better. Your vision is going to get better. Everything is going to be more heightened. And then after that time, try to maintain your healthy balance of different fasting methods. If you want to try the more extreme way like I do it every month, you can go for the 3-day, 72-hour water fast if you want to. But it's very, very strict. And that's only when you get to that level and you can do that. It's very, very hard to do. It's a psychological component that comes with that. Very, very difficult. I'm not going to tell anybody to do something they haven't done before. So my personal advice is do the 12-12 method first for 2 weeks to get your body acclimated to it. Then after that, do the 16-8 fasting method for 2 weeks. Your body gets acclimated to that. Then after that, you can maintain a healthy balance all the way throughout the rest of however long you want to do it. And you can stave off heart disease. You can stave off your risk of stroke. You can stave off your risk of developing certain cancers, or just about all cancers. You can stave off your need to eat sweets. You can stave off type 2 diabetes. You can, if you're borderline diabetic, you can get your A1C levels to a point where you're not borderline anymore. If you already have type 2 diabetes, you can get your A1C levels to the point where they don't even register. You're not registered as a diabetic anymore. I've seen it happen in real time, ladies and gentlemen. Follow those methods and you'll be straight. Why do you think I look the way I look? Motherfuckers, to this day, motherfuckers don't believe how old I am. I look 35. You know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because this shit here works. And I've been doing it on and off for 30 years. Trust me. Since 93, I've been doing this shit. On and off. Okay. Where we at? There he is, the bandwagoneer, my damn nephew fuck it. He my nephew. He young enough, goddammit. The bandwagoneer from across the street. My nephew that lives across the street from me. I'm about to go over there and ask him for some butter soon. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to send Lewis over there to get it for me. You know what I'm talking about? He said I could go 16 hours without eating. That's perfect. That's 16-hour, 8-hour method. It's good for some people. It's, as a matter of fact, that's the one that I tell people, if you can go to 12-hour mark, you can go to 16-hour mark without eating. You can do it per day. Mike Alexander says, and for what? When do I eat? Always eat clean, right? No. When you're fasting, you eat nothing at all. You don't eat nothing when you're fasting. During these fasting times, you don't eat nothing. Anything with a caloric number is breaking your fast. There's only 3 things you can really drink: water, tea, and coffee with no sweetener in it. You can't eat nothing. Fasting, you don't eat nothing. I don't care if it's clean, dirty, midway. I don't care if it's a grape, a raisin, or marshmallow. You don't eat nothing. No matter how big or small it is, don't eat nothing. You can't even eat pussy, because that's got a caloric number to it. 150 calories, 200 calories, depending on what your girl ate. You can't eat no meat, no cheese, no sugar, no bread, no pasta, no fruit, no vegetables. You can't eat a goddamn thing. You can't even eat air. If your air tastes like it got some flavor to it, spit that shit out. Stop breathing. Hold your nose. The only thing you could eat, goddamn it, is water. Now, if you want to feel like you eating a meal, freeze some goddamn water and turn it to ice, and then eat that shit and hope it's ice cream. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I'm serious, y'all. We got to regroup our bodies. We got to reset our bodies. We got to rebuild our cell structures. Black people in particular, because all bunch of shit ails us. The highest people to get heart disease, the highest people for certain forms of cancers and things like that. The highest people for type 2 diabetes, even if we work out, skinny, fat, short, big, tall. That's not just a fat disease anymore like we thought it was. Anybody could get that shit. I'm 350 pounds, ain't nothing wrong with me. You know why? Because I follow the blood type diet. I only eat what my blood type requires me to eat. And I fast every single month. You can do it every day. You can do it every week. You can do it every month. You can do it 3 times a year. I don't give a damn. But make sure you do it to rejuvenate your cells, replenish your replenish your cells, boost your metabolism, and boost your immunity for the ability to fight off anything that's foreign inside your body, ladies and gentlemen, y'all. Purple and Gold says, I have to do my blood work in 2 weeks, twice a year per my doctor's orders. Me too, bro. Hey, start this fasting. You can start now. You can start Monday, bro. And in 2 weeks, I promise you, your number's going to improve. I promise you, bro. Mike Alexander says, for sure, this sounds very doable. It is. You can do it. You can do it. Michael says, oh, no. I mean, if I do the 12-12 for the 12 hours, do I eat? Am I supposed to eat clean? No. Okay. Yes. Yes, absolutely. For the 12 hours, yes. If you can eat clean if you want to, but you can eat anything you want to. Just try not to go over 3,000 calories. So you can eat clean, you can eat dirty, you can eat filthy, you can eat whatever. But just in a 12-hour period, you can't eat anything at all. That's what I meant. I had to get an understanding. So yes, you can eat clean if you want to. You don't have to. But the objective is you can eat whatever you want in a 12-hour period. It's almost like those shop till you drop type game shows. Remember, you going again? They give you a shopping cart. You can pick whatever you want in an allotted amount of time. Look at that when it comes to fasting. You can eat whatever you want in 12 hours. If you don't get it done in 12 hours, then you're gonna be kicking yourself in the ass. So eat to your heart's content, whatever it is. It could be clean, dirty, whatever the case may be. But know that for another 12 hours, you can't eat anything at all. Mike Alexander, technically, you're right, Major. Even the Bible says you can't have sex if you're fasting. So that's so spiritual. Yes, facts. I know it's hard. I know your girl walking there. She got nipples poking through the blouse or your t-shirt that she put on or whatever that don't cover her ass cheeks all the way. You only gave it to her because you can't fit the motherfucker no more. And she come in there and she said, hey, Big Daddy, are you ready for this? You got to turn that shit down. You got to say, not now, babe. I'm fasting. You know what I'm talking about? It's the hardest thing to do, but I'm bulletproof at this shit. I'm invincible at this shit. Nothing fucks with me when I'm fasting. When I'm in my fasting state, I don't give a damn if you come twirling your nipples around me like helicopter propellers. Come on, baby. Let's go. I'm going to look at you and be like, I read my Bible. Leave me alone. Now, when it's time to break that fast, oh, guess what? Ooh-wee. Hey, babe, remember that time you was waving your nipples around in front of me? And titties was going around a circle around in front of me? Hey, could you do that again now that I'm up on my fasting now? Now we can have some fun. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, if you fasting, you don't get no action. Don't ask for it and tell her not to be throwing that shit at you because women is diabolical sometimes. They know you doing some shit, they'll fuck with your mind. You see, I know you want this. No, the Bible ain't ever said nothing about sex. It just said eating. You can't eat nothing. Yeah, I know. And then she coming there with a whole birthday cake on her ass. You bust in the room and she got apple pie on her apple pie slice on this ass cheek, and she got a New York style cheesecake with thick graham cracker crust on this ass cheek. And she say, "Now you want this to get off me? Come take it off me with your mouth." Hey, baby, you fucking with me now? Didn't I tell you I was fasting? Hey, look, Don't let them get you, fellas. And if you're married, it's even harder. If you got a girlfriend and she don't live with you, that's different. You can kind of stay away from her ass. But if you got a wife, it's kind of hard, bro. You're like, damn. But stay strong. I'm telling you, it's going to help you in the long run because I want longevity for all my niggas. I'm half 100. I want to make it another half 100. I want to be 100 and finally look 50. I'm so serious. If I'm 50 now and look 30, by the time I get 100, I want to look 50, God damn it. And I want everybody else to look 50 with me when they get 100. You understand what I'm talking about? Purple and Gold said, all hell breaks loose after fasting. Oh, yeah. You know how we do it. You know how we do it. All right, y'all. I got to end the show. Stop writing comments because that's going to, God damn it, Purple and Gold. He just wrote a comment. He said, she better have some whistle or bullhorn or something. Facts, bro. Facts. Listen, hit that like button. Hit the damn subscribe button, man. And come over here and join Major Level Entertainment. This is where all the fun is, man. That's why I call myself Major Level Entertainment. Major Level Entertainment. I am your God damn it. Would you niggas stop? Okay, God damn it. Mike Alexander, he said, Major want to be 100. It weigh like 230 of bench press tundras. The bandwagon says, man, I can eat at 9 p.m., go to bed at 5, wake up at 12, and probably won't eat again until 5. That's what I'm talking about, Cuba. Y'all hear what Cuba did? We got to get like Cuba, goddammit. Mike Alexander said, still weigh. And bandwagon said, Major, read that. Man, yeah, on. God damn it. Don't make me bring MJ up here. MJ, tell these motherfuckers to let me get off the channel. And y'all better go ahead and let the damn nephew get off. He gotta go get some rest, god damn it. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go over there to Reggie channel. Reggie, let's go to the locker room. All the players is trash over there. Leave me alone, man. Hey, look, hit that like button. God damn it, the subscribe motherfucking button. Okay? And tell your friends and family about this channel. Please, please, please. He said that sounds like Lakers all day. Well, Lakers all day ain't nothing but a younger version of MJ. That's all he is. Lakers all day is more like, yeah, so maybe what kind of fast do you think I should partake in? Because you know, Austin Reeves, he does the 16-8 fast. See, his is more low key, but MJ is more like, yeah, no, Major. So what kind of fast do you think I should take on? See, he's more intense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, y'all better leave me alone. Look, all right, look, hit that button, the like button, subscribe button. This is your boy Big Major on behalf of Major Level Entertainment and the Major Level Mafia. We are out. Peace and blessings, y'all. Be safe out there. Was major, I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do, I'ma do it major. Everything I do is major, and I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do, I'ma do it major. Everything I do is major, and I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do, I'ma do it major. Everything I do is major, and I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I